Hey everybody, it is January 13th, 2023. It's Friday, lunchtime over here. So we're going to go over the markets, little end of the week wrap up, and then what I'll be looking for going into next week. So starting off over here, the S&P 500, you can see in the overnight session, early morning, we had a sell-off, and now it's recovering back from it over here. There really hasn't been too much going on. There were some decent trades, and we'll go over those. And so the first one up here, you can see using this pivot high right here, that yellow symbol for. You see price came when price retraced back to 38%. Again, when it does that, we're expecting price to go and hit the target down there. It has not, but it did create the scalping trade setup when it hit the 61.8 right here. And then what that does is that makes the exit for the scalping trade go down to the maroon line, which is the 38% line. But then price came up, ticked perfectly off the 88.6. So when it does that, we move the exit to the 61.8, and that made a nice little easy trade right there for it. So that was a good scalping trade setup. So that one is said and done right there. And then I'm not even looking forward to see if it's going to continue its move back down. Don't really care, because the trade setup I look for is the scalping trade setup. Then going over here, what we have now, it's bouncing off the 38% going the other way. So that does signal that it could be a potential measure move, and price is slowly grinding higher up over there. So the target we'd be looking for that for this move is 4,006.50. And that's basically it for S&P 500. Not a whole lot going on. Looking at the overbought oversold indicator for the 4-hour chart right here, you can see it has still been very, very, very overbought. Still haven't had that sell-off yet that we are looking for. Came down a little bit when it got right over here, but still wasn't in there yet. So for this being this overbought for so long, I'm still saying that we're going to receive a sell-off here. And when that happens, it could be down to go into something down to as low as 37.30 based upon this move. This using that pivot high in the 4-hour chart. Coming up, it hit right there, and so that's why the measured move we're looking for right there. So that's why I think that's going to happen. If we go over here to the 1-hour chart, same thing, just red symbol for using that for the high, come up hit 38, and again looking for it to go down around to 37.30 when the sell-off eventually does happen there. Yeah, see, there's 4-hour chart, so definitely has been overbought. You can see like over here, for instance. When got overbought right here, pretty much had a sell-off right away down to there. So it'll be interesting to see how big a sell-off we get when this happens, but definitely looking for a move down somewhere next week. Thought it'd happen this week, but way it goes sometimes. Then going over to the Russell, we're actually in a live trade. Well, I'm not in the trade right now. I'm waiting for it to go a little bit higher before I look at getting short. Probably looking at getting short around the 1.272. Fibonacci extension level, even though it's a Friday going closer to the afternoon side, no big deal, because using this pivot high right here, when price hit the 38%, again, we're really looking for price to go hit the target, but it did not. And actually, we're not looking for it at all go down there, because you see how right here, zoom in a little bit, see how right here the blue line, that's the 100% line, and you see how price broke it. So that means that this measure move down is done. We're not looking for the target. Oh gosh, we're not looking for. Let's try to fix this. We are not looking for the target to be down here anymore, because the previous high was broken right up, right there. But we do have the scalping trade. Price come up, hit the 61.8, did not hit the 38. Come up, hit the 88, did not get close enough. We even hit the 61.8, and now it just keeps on trailing higher up there. So I'm looking forward to go a little bit higher. I mean, for the rest of the afternoon, there's no reason why the market wouldn't continue to trend higher. Of course, it could from this little area to that little area, just go into kind of like a sideways move. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make this black again. From there to there, make it kind of like a little sideways trading pattern the rest of the day. Could that, but hopefully it continues to move up, and then I can get in for a better short price to it. I'll leave that on there. Know what that's for. And what we look for is that the exit's going to be the 38% going the other way. You can see there's 30%, didn't hit it, so not done. And we just keep dragging it up. So if you got in right there as of right now, and this remains the high, you're looking at around a 8 point move right there for that win. But once the price does get above, see the 30% line, once it does get above the 88% line right there, then you move the exit to just north of the 88% line, and that's where it'd be for it. So I'm just seeing if it's going to get up here to the 1.272, because normally when that happens is a scalp within a scalp, and you can also take a scalp trade from the 1.272 to the 1.146 right there. So that'd be a nice little, I don't know, about 2.5, being safe, 2.5 point gain right there. And let's see, overbought, oversold, completely overbought, hasn't even come back into the range yet. So again, just waiting for this market to sell off as well. So chalk it up to another market that's completely overbought, and we are looking for the price to eventually come down. For this measure move, it still is valid because we haven't received a red one here on the other side over that point. So still looking for the target, which could come down and hit 1702.8, but if it breaks this blue line right here at about 1920.5, then that measured move, looking for it down, is dead and gone. But as you can see the other way, as I mentioned yesterday, it's just been a measured move up here on the 1 hour chart, going the opposite way. Got that right there. Hit the target. And then I think since then, did you have one more? Not. Nope. Now as we're doing is using the 1 hour chart for this red symbol for waiting for the pullback down here at 38% line before we can see if there's going to be another measured move going up over there. So the Russell 2000 pretty much is taken off, and so we're just waiting for a pullback for sure in this market. And so it seems to be popping off a little bit, so we'll see if we can pop off a little bit higher and then get in short right there. Then for the Dow Jones, we pretty much have the same setup as the Russell 2000. We're using this pivot high when price came back up right there after we had that red symbol before it gets set up. We were looking for the measured move to continue down. Did not. Created the scalping trade at 61.8. Then again hit the 88.6. So that's the scalping trade we're looking at right now. And just like the Russell 2000, I would like to see this one get a little bit higher before I do get short in there. But I am looking at it, and the exit would be currently the 30% line going the opposite way. So 34,240 for it if this remains the high right up here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So if that happens, you know where price is currently at, you're looking at about close to about an 80 tick win right there in the Dow Jones, assuming this remains the high that we're going to use. If price keeps on moving up, then we just keep on moving the Fibonacci retracement up the other way, and then again, once it get past the 38%, that maroon line right there gets past the 88% line right there, then the exit moves to just north of the 88% line right there, because right now it's the 38% line right there going the other way. When the 38% line, like I said, well, not like I said, but sometimes it's the 61.8% when price initially hits the 88%, but then when price moves past the 38 moves past the 61 as it keeps rising, then that becomes your target for right there. Because what you're looking for is reversal going the other way. You're looking for price to come back down, hit the, at least 38% right there, and then move back up to the target. Its target up there as a measured move. So that's why I do it that way for it. So that's currently it. So hopefully for Russell 2000 and Dow Jones, I mean, it'd be great if we can get a nice little rally to close out the day without a sell-off, and then get in there when the market opens Sunday evening for a short in both of those markets, because I don't really like holding them through the weekend. Let's see, overbought, oversold, and the Dow Jones is coming off being overbought up here, but you can see we didn't have this sell-off yet. So with the MFIs making lower lows, while prices made kind of like a little bit higher highs over there. So another market that needs a nice little sell-off. Going over to oil over here. Oil, as in from yesterday, is still completely overbought, as you can see down here in the MFI. And we're again waiting for a sell-off in that market. So that's basically every single market. Let's see if the Nasdaq is oversold. Nasdaq's the only one Nasdaq is really the only market that isn't overbought, like the rest of these markets over here. It's pushing up close to it. It's been touching it, but it's not nearly where it has. You can see the gap in there. You see the gap right in here between the 80 level, and then once it gets above it, that's when you know it's really overbought. That's what I look for. And so yeah, oil is overbought as well. All we're having up here is moving measured moves up here using this red semaphore. You can see going down right there here at the 38, hit 61.8, good scalping trade, but it also went up, hit the target for the measured move. So just keep moving it up. Hit the 38, hit the target, move it up, hit the 61.8, and today it wouldn't hit the target. And look at that. That has been between the 1.146 is a target level, but I just have this nice little box here, the 1.272 as well, just for the upper echelon area for it. And that has been the target box area where price hasn't moved through it today for it. So I'm guessing for oil, that'll probably be kind of the target area for the rest of the day for it. But it does create another, let's see, nope, it hasn't. We're looking for a retracement to come back down from the 38% line. Now it starts looking for the next measured move back up, which if this high holds and say the retracement happens, then the target would be $79.96 here in the 5-minute chart. There was a trade here, a scalping trade in oil earlier today. You can see went to the 820, yeah, so right before the U.S. markets opened over here. Price came up to 38, so looking for a measured move, but then created the scalping trade, hit the 61%, never came back and hit the 38%, and so it did get a little close, but not close enough for me to consider it done. But then came up, used the resistance perfectly. I mean, how much of a 1 tick? It went up 1 tick after hitting the 88%, came down easily, hit the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. So that was a nice little scalping trade right there for that one to be done. But ever since then, you know, you can keep on using these yellow semaphores as support levels for it, and it's just been, you know, straight up 50% up to the target, 38% up to the target, and then we have a new one down over here. So we can just see that this has been, see down to the 50, there's the target, close to 38 target, but doesn't really matter. Hit down off the 50, there's the 50% that's been the support, hit the target, and then finally hit the 38. And if it does continue its move up using the 38% line as the support for it, then the target we're looking for oil for this move is going up to $79.89 for it as well. But again, like the other markets have been overbought, SP 500, Russell, Dow, and oil, we are looking for, or I am looking for a sell-off in these markets going into next week. So we'll see when that eventually will happen for there. Doesn't look like it'll happen this week. Thought it may happen this Thursday or Friday, but obviously that wasn't the case. So I'm going to wrap up this video for it. I'm going to do another one of a cryptocurrency roundup. I usually do that once a week for it as well. So have a good weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.